Did you know that an astonishing 85% of digital transformation projects,
Hmm.
well, they fail. And here's what really gets me. It's almost never because the technology itself is, broken or flawed. So if it's not the tech, what is really going wrong here?
Well, what's fascinating and honestly often just completely missed is that the real problem behind these failures tends to be an organization's cultural readiness, or maybe more accurately, the lack of it. It's kind of like installing these incredibly sophisticated, expensive platforms into company cultures that just aren't set up for them. They're not prepared to really use them effectively.
Absolutely. And that's what we're digging into today. We're looking at this article, Why Your Next Digital Transformation Will Fail
Hmm.
and How to Fix It. Our goal here is to explore why culture keeps being this overlooked piece in making tech successful and what being culturally ready actually looks like. You know that classic scenario, the software that everyone grudgingly uses at 30% capacity while working around it with locally held spreadsheet fungi.
The spreadsheet fungi, yes. We've all seen those grow.
Exactly. That's precisely what we want to help you avoid.
And, this cultural readiness thing, it isn't just some abstract idea. It has real practical implications for everyone. For a CEO, your ROI hinges on this.
Right.
The article likens it to buying a Ferrari for someone who's never learned to drive, all that power, but
Nobody knows how to use it.
exactly. And for tech leaders, actual implementation success, it starts right here. You can't just code a culture change.
No, definitely not.
It needs real strategy. HR leaders, this is where your people strategy has to meet the business strategy. You need data, real cultural insights, not just wishful thinking. And for the change professionals out there, it's about starting with reality. Cold, hard reality, not assumptions. Plus, ignoring the culture, it brings all these hidden costs. Think about project timelines just stretching out because teams are sort of subtly resisting. Or the reduced functionality of that brand new system because everyone just defaults back to the old ways. Then there's change fatigue, morale takes a hit, and sometimes your best people leave. They go find somewhere more adaptable. And the opportunity cost, missing out on the benefits you paid for, that can be huge.
Wow. Okay. That really does paint a picture of the stakes involved. So when the article talks about cultural readiness, what does it actually measure? What are we looking for beyond those, basic surveys about being open to change?
That's a really key question. Because true readiness isn't about just saying you're open. It's about things you can actually see in how the organization works.
Okay, like what? Observable things.
Exactly, like how fast are decisions made and who gets to make them? Is authority pushed down or stuck at the top? Is there a real learning mindset where mistakes are okay, even valuable, or is it more about defensive expertise, protecting your turf?
Right. Blame culture versus learning culture.
Precisely. How do people collaborate? Is it genuinely across teams and silos, or only when the org chart says they have to? What's the tolerance for risk? For trying new things? Can you experiment, maybe fail small and learn, or is failure punished?
Yeah, that experimentation piece is critical for new tech.
Absolutely. And is leadership actually modeling the behaviors they want to see? Are they using the new tools themselves visibly?
Good point. Lead by example.
And finally, is there systems thinking? Do people see how the parts connect, or is it just solving problems within their own little silo?
Okay, those are concrete.
Yeah, and
Yes.
to get past assumptions, the article talks about using a cultural readiness assessment. It's designed to give you that clear baseline, show strengths, flag the initial gaps, and offer specific recommendations.
That sounds incredibly useful, which leads to another really interesting point the article makes about strategy, especially for the CEO. It argues that buying the latest AI tool, for instance, that's not the strategy itself. The real strategy is consciously redesigning the organization, aligning the people, the data, the tech to hit specific business goals.
Spot on. That is absolutely crucial. How the business is structured, what cultural trade-offs you make, maybe speed over perfection, for instance, which workflows you choose to automate. Those are all leadership decisions. They're human choices. You don't just leave that stuff to the machine.
You can't outsource strategy to an algorithm.
Exactly right.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening to this as you think about your next tech initiative? It seems the costliest mistake isn't buying the wrong tech. It's buying the right tech for the wrong culture.
That really nails it. And it leaves you with a pretty important question to ask yourself. Before you make that next big tech investment, what's your organization's actual cultural starting point? Are you genuinely set up to harness the power of whatever new tool you're considering? Or are you, maybe unintentionally, just preparing for another expensive piece of digital shelfware, another dust-gathering exercise?
Yeah, it really comes down to enabling your talented people, maybe even asking them to slow down for a bit, to consciously figure out how to work differently together for the good of the whole company, something to definitely think about.
For the latest tech insights, visit em360tech.com.